Hi, y'all. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. It's your girl, Angel. Sorry it's been a minute, y'all. I've been working a lot. But I wanted to do this quick little video because I did promise somebody that I would answer the questions, and they did comment on my last video that I posted. Sorry, I'm actually trying to fix me something to drink right now because I just took a shower and got back to my truck not too long ago. So I want to do this quick little video before I actually call it a day, because I got to get me some sleep. So I got to get back up around 12 midnight and start rolling. So I had somebody in my comments that asked some good questions, like some very, very good questions. I'm not going to lie, some I had to really think about, because I was like, dang, that is very interesting. Like I wish I would have known some of these things. So like I said, I promised them I was gonna answer them, and I'll post it. Oh, and a quick tip, like off the topic. I'm not gonna lie, I'm one of those people that like don't like to drink water all the time. I mean, I drink water, but I don't drink a lot of it as I should. So I'm drinking cranberry juice right now because I'm trying to cut back on soda. So it's been about, I'm not gonna lie because I know my boyfriend gonna be watching this, I want to say 3 weeks. I think it's 2-3 weeks that I haven't had a soda. And people that know me will tell you, the first thing in the morning, if I can't get my coffee, I get a soda. Like, I love soda. So I'm actually drinking cranberry juice and water. So with water, the only way I can really continue to keep drinking it throughout the day is if I put fruit in it. So I bought like mango, pineapples, kiwi, even cucumbers, and I would cut them up, and or I buy it already cut up and mixed in a bowl, like at Walmart, the mixed fruit, and I would put it in my canteen with some ice and water, and I'll let it sit. And after a while, you can actually taste the fruit in the water. It is so good. Like right now, I have blueberries, strawberries, and mango in here, and it's so good. So, but I put cranberry juice in here right now because I've been drinking water all day. I mean, I need a break. God dang. But so let me go ahead and get this over with. I said I was gonna make this video quick, y'all. So the first question that this person asked was, what did you wish you did more of in CDL school? That most definitely, and I think a lot of truckers that went to trucking school can relate. I wish that I got to practice more of my maneuvers in truck driving school, because I don't know if I said this before, but I think I did in my first video. I went to Roadmasters in Jacksonville, Florida, and it's a 4-week course, and every 4 weeks they have a new class, which means a group of people. I know it's more than 10. I can tell you it's more than 10 people. Way more than 10. And so you're in class for the first week. By the end of that week, I want to say like Thursday, the latest, they want you to go to the DMV, and they want you to take the CDL permit test, which is 3 of them. You got to take a test for the air brakes, combinations, general knowledge. And once you pass all 3, you receive your CDL permit. And they want you to hold on to that CDL permit until whenever you graduate, and then you actually test out. So in that first week, you in class, and around the time you got to study for the permit test. Once you got your CDL permit, starting that next week, which is the second week, you will go outside on the pad, which is a huge parking lot. They have the test trucks out there, and you will actually start your maneuvers and getting a feel of the truck, doing your driving test, and your maneuvers. So you would do that for the remaining of the 4 weeks, which is 3 weeks. And then that 4th week, you will eventually take a test to make sure you're ready for each thing, your pre-trip, your alley dock, offset, and straight line back. And once they feel that you're ready, they will set you an appointment to actually take test out to graduate. So I feel like I wish I had more time to practice my maneuvers. I was good on straight line back, offset, I was good, but that dang on alley dock, which I'm not gonna lie, once you get your CDLs and you get out here in these trucker streets, you will rarely have to do an alley dock. Like, I can put on one hand how many times I did an alley dock, and that probably was twice. I had to do an alley dock, and that's rare. So majority of the time you would do like a 90 or a 45 out here. But yeah, that's for that question. I wish I would have, did more of maneuvers. What are the top 3 to 5 things you know now you wish you knew as a beginner? Top 3 things that I know now that I wish I would have known in the beginning of my career. Number 1, and I think I mentioned this in my first video as well, I wish somebody would have told me the deadline for parking. Because in the beginning of my career, I was scared to drive at night. Like, this is funny now, but it wasn't funny back then. I was scared to drive at night, or like have to drive late night, early in the morning, stuff like that, because I feel like I couldn't see, especially like the trailer. If you're driving in dark areas where there's barely any street lights, like it was scary to me. And I was scared of deers. Like, I feel like deers come out more at night, so I would never drive at night. So I would start my day, my shift, like I want to say sometime between 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. I would start. Anytime between there, 8 a.m. 10 a.m. And so if I'm starting my shift between 8 or 10 a.m., that means I'm not going to shut down until probably 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. anytime between there, because you drive at least about 10 to 11 hours a day. Just depends. I drive 10 and a half, really. I drive till I got an hour left on my drives, and then I shut down. But anyway, so I will always have an issue finding somewhere to park. Like, I didn't like parking at rest areas, because first time I parked at a rest area, I literally had somebody harass me, and it was dark, and I had to go use the bathroom. And somebody was, hey, how you doing? You drive truck, and it was dark. You know what I'm saying? But at that time, I had my flashlight taser, and I was just like, look, go on about your business. And I flicked that little taser, and he was like, oh, I don't mean no harm. I don't care. So, like, I don't park at rest areas. Weigh stations, I do, but sometimes I really don't, especially if I want to take a shower. But that's like the last resort. Like, if I can't find nowhere to park, I'm out of drive time, I ain't got that much time left, and I'm tired and exhausted, then I'll park at a weigh station. But majority of the time, I really try to park at a truck stop. So I had an issue, and this what made me learn. Like, if you don't learn anything pertaining to now in the beginning of your career, or if you're on the truck with your trainer, you will most definitely learn it on your own. It just takes time. Don't get frustrated. Don't get discouraged. Just be humble and just learn. Just learn. It's okay to make mistakes. It's not your fault. Don't beat yourself up about it. That's the best time to learn, is when you're making little mistakes and, learning as you go. Because that's how I gained all the knowledge and understanding of trucking, is basically on my own. So, like, I had an issue in the beginning. I think I was like 3-4 months in at the time. I went to this Love's, and there was nowhere to park. There was like 3 of us, like 2 truck drivers, including myself, circling around trying to find somewhere to park. And around that time, I had my CB. And I heard somebody say, Werner, are you looking for a parking spot? And I said, yes, I am. And I said, why, what's up? So he was like, are you doing a 30 or are you doing a 10? So for anybody that doesn't know what that means, if a person is asking, are you doing a 30? That means they're asking, are you doing your 30-minute break? How your clock is set up is you could drive for 8 hours until you have to take a 30-minute break in order to reset your 8-hour clock. I know it sounds like Chinese right now, but eventually you'll understand. So, and if they say 10 hour, that means you're doing a 10-hour reset off the clock, sitting still, off duty for 10 hours in order to get your full 14-hour clock and your full 11-hour clock back to start another shift. So I told him that I actually have to do a 10-hour reset. And he was like, well, I'm doing my 15-minute pre-trip right now. If you want to park out to the side, I'll go ahead and give you this spot. So I was like, I appreciate it so much, driver. Thank you so much. He was like, no problem. So he was like, having an issue finding a parking spot, huh? I said, yeah, man, it's becoming very stressful trying to find a parking spot at this time of day, like all the time. So he's like, why do you start so late? And I was like, hey, don't laugh, but I don't like driving at night. And he was like, well, baby girl, you're going to have to get over that, because the earlier you start, the earlier you finish. And if you keep starting late like that, you will never find nowhere to park. And you'll put yourself in a dangerous situation, especially being a woman. So I was like, I know, but he's like, I understand, but you're going to have to get over that fear, because eventually it's going to push you to that point where you're going to start early. He said, but I want to let you, just wanted you to know. I said, well, what's the deadline of these, truck stops getting packed so quick? And he was like, the deadline is 5, but the latest is 6 p.m. You know what I'm saying? He was like, you can't find no parking spots, and the most popular ones that fill up quicker is Loves and Pilot. He said, if you can't find anything at Loves and Pilot, then go to a TA or a Petro if you want to find something around this time. But he said the first come, first serve parking spots, which means the free parking spots, get filled up faster than the reserves. So he said, if you can never find a first come, first serve, get your reserve. It's going to cost you between 18 to 20 bucks, just depending on where you're going. So I was like, all right, appreciate that, driver. So I took that, duly noted. Wish somebody would have told that to me in the beginning, but I had to learn on my own. Number 2, the second thing I wish I would have known in the beginning of my career is about my tandems. I love my trainer, I really do, but I felt like we really didn't get enough like hands-on experience and understanding of my of sliding tandems. He taught me well with driving, dealing with your paperwork, your tablet, pre-tripping, all that stuff. Like, he mainly taught me the main things you need to know, but at the same time, tandems is very important. So I had a hard time learning how to slide my tandems to adjust my weight and not be overweight. So I would always have to scale like 2-3 times, and that's costing me money, or I would actually have to have somebody help me, until eventually somebody in the trucker streets taught me the game. You know what I'm saying? So he told me if it's 34,000 pounds or more, you will go from the 8th hole on up, which means 8th, 9th, 10th, further, so whatever. If it's anything like under 34,000, then you will go from the 7th hole on back, which means you will go from 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, whatever. So he said the lighter it is, your tandems is to the front. The heavier it is, the tandems is to the back. You always want to push slide your tandems towards the problem, which means towards the weight, wherever you feel the weight at. He said he mostly go by feel. If it feel like it's on your trailer tires, then you will slide your tandems to the rear, and or so forth. He said, but you being new, you'll have to, use a scale. Eventually I got it. I started getting it after a while. It took a few little months, because I told myself, stop asking for help and try to figure it out, because you will never figure it out if you keep asking for help. So, but when I had this nice gentleman, Ashley had the time to explain it to me, I got it down pat after that. So that's like the second thing I wish that I would have known in the beginning of my career, because it held me up a lot when it came to sliding my tandems. Third thing I wish somebody would have told me, or I would have known in the beginning of my career, is about my PDL lock. Now, I had one heck of a journey in the beginning. PDL lock. Let me see if I can switch this around. Actually, I can't. It won't let me. Alright, so this is your PDL lock. It shows all your axles, your steers and your drives. Alright? PDL lock. Most trucks have them. I don't know if the older models do, but I know the newer trucks, like mine, or even like in the early 2000s, like I want to say 2000. I think the one I know one truck I did see it in. I think it was like a 2017, 2016. It had a PDL lock in it, but I was told majority of trucks have it. That PDL lock would get you out of a lot of sticky situations. Let's say if you get stuck in the mud, like I did in the beginning. I think at that time I was like 3 months in. I was bobtailing. I dropped my empty trailer and I was looking around for my load, and it was a bumpy dirt lot, and it had previously rained, so it was muddy. I got stuck in mud, okay, and I couldn't get out. I tried putting kitty litter down. I tried like kicking the dirt like under my tire trying to get out. And there was nobody around to help me. So I wound up calling dispatch. And dispatch was like, did you try everything you could before you decide to call us to call for a wrecker to come in to pull you out? I said, I tried everything. I'm completely stuck. So they told me it was going to be like 90 to 120 minutes for a tow truck to come to tow me out, to pull me out of the sticky situation I was in. So I waited damn near like 3 hours. But he finally came. So he pulled up. He walked up to my truck. He walked around it, and he came to my window. And he was like, do you got a PDL lock in there? Like a PDL lock switch? And I was like, what is that? So I'm looking at the dash, and I'm like, yeah, I see a button say PDL lock. He said, push that button. I said, what does it do? He said that it gives your drives, because your drives is what moves the truck. He said, push that PDL lock button. It will give your drives more traction. So you'll be able to move and get out of the situation you in. He said, I want to see if that worked first before I actually, hook you up, the chain up to you to pull you out. So I said, okay, cool. So I pushed the button. I was lightly hitting the gas. He said, no, I need you to I need you to hit that gas. So I hit the pedal. My truck moved right at the spot. So I waited there damn near 3 hours for a guy to teach me about a button in my truck that I ain't never knew about. When I tell you I called my trainer, I was like, why you didn't tell me about it? He said, well, I would think you would never get in a situation like that because I taught you to watch your surroundings. I was like, but sometimes you can't help where you have to go, especially if they send you to a place to get your load and they lot is just muddy and sticky and can't have that. I wasn't mad at my trainer, but I was just like, dang, you ain't never taught me about this. So I said, I'm so sorry, Mr. Tow Truck Man. I call him Mr. Tow Truck Man because I didn't know his name. I said, I'm so sorry you had to come all the way out here and have to tell me about the button I ain't know nothing about. He said, it's all good. He was like, shoot, weren't gonna pay me for the miles I came out here. He was like, but I'm glad that I can help you and you learn something new. He was like, anytime you get stuck in a situation like that, try your PDL lock. If your PDL lock still does not help, then you are officially stuck. So I wish somebody would have told me about that in the beginning of my career. This is the last thing, fourth thing that I wish I would have known in the beginning of my career. And I have it now, but in the beginning, I'm telling you, in the beginning of my career, I was so frustrated. Like, your first year will be like full of anxiety and like frustration and discouragement. I'm being honest. To me it was, because I was just like, I'm like, will I ever get this? Like, every time I turn around, it's something, you know. But I had to learn at the same time. It's a learning experience for me. Like, your first year is all about learning. It's all about learning new things and new experiences. But fourth thing that I wish I would have known in the beginning of my career that I know now is having a CB. It's very important to have a CB and a truck GPS, and I'll get to that in a minute. CB, I never forget, I was out west. I can't remember where I was, but I was on driving down this highway, and I was wondering why a group of trucks, even that was in the far left lane, was slowly getting over into the far right lane. It was a 4 lanes. Slowly getting over in the far right lane to take this certain exit, and it was a group of them. And I'm wondering why, like, damn, why is everybody getting off this exit? Even trucks behind me was getting off this exit. Some of them stayed on, but majority of them was getting off this certain exit. And I'm like, what the hell going on? So I'm driving, and I'm looking at my GPS, and I was like, well, it's saying go straight. And I kid you not, 10 miles up, I was stuck in traffic. No, it was 75. That's when they had construction on I-75 in Georgia. I was trying to get to Atlanta. I forgot where I was coming from, though. And I was like, I wound up talking to a driver that was next to me. I was like, what the heck going on? He said, it's a certain time of night. They close certain lanes down. He said they're going to be doing this for the next couple of days. And I said, well, why was a bunch of truck drivers getting off of the other exit? And he was like, oh, because that's an exit you could take to avoid this traffic. He said, my exit ain't nothing but 3 miles up from here. He said, so that's why I stayed on. And I was like, what? He said, you ain't got a CB, do you? I was like, no. He said, baby girl, you need to invest in a CB. That will save you a lot of trouble. You will find out what's going on ahead of you. Even if you're on the opposite side. Truck drivers on the opposite side of the highway from you will tell you, hey, southbound or whatever, northbound, southbound you on. They'll tell you at mile marker so and so and so, there's this going on. Get in your far left lane. He said, so you will want to have a CB so you could be aware. Because, yes, we are the eyes and the ears of the road. But sometimes we miss out on certain things. So that's why other truck drivers communicate with us to let us know what's going on. We support and help each other. That's when I went to a TA and I got my Pink Cobra CB. Yes. I was like, man, I was stuck in that traffic for some hours too. I was mad as shit. Man. I was like, excuse my French, but I was bad. Like, going down memory lane just made me think like, oh my God, those days. Like, it was the most stressful year. Oh my God. But the GPS, whatever company you choose to drive for, they're going to provide you a tablet. That tablet will manage your clock. That's how you manage your clock off that tablet. Your loads, complete your loads, receive your loads, message your dispatch. That's how they message you, communicate with you. That's how you'll do your post-trip, pre-trip, your DVR, all of that, and even your GPS. But sometimes that thing likes to go out. Some companies have Qualcomm. Some of them have the actual Samsung ELD tablet. I have the Samsung ELD tablet. I don't have the Qualcomm. So, it's a GPS on there. It's called Copilot for the company I work for. I don't like using it because they have you go in a big ass circle, like to get to a place that wherever your destination is, instead of going straight through. It'll send you the long way, and I don't understand it. Like, it's just so backwards to me. So I even from being on my trainer's truck, I had got my own truck GPS. Like, soon as I got off my trainer's truck, before I even got off, I went and bought me a truck GPS. I had the coolest trainer. Like, he wrote down a list of everything I would need when I get off his truck. He's like, I'm going to go ahead and give you a list of everything to start you off that you would need. He was I mean, oh my God, he was the coolest trainer. Like, I didn't have to worry about food or water or drink or anything like that. He basically wanted me to save, because when you're on a truck with your trainer, you don't get paid cents per mile, because you're being trained by your trainer. So you get a set pay, weekly pay. I had to stay on the truck with my trainer for 21 days. So he mainly wanted me to save my checks for those 3 weeks, so I'd be able to get everything that I need. He said, now you ain't got to worry about food and drink. He said, now anything outside of that, then you on your own. He said, but I got you when it comes to food and stuff. So he was cool as shit. So I bought my equipment like the last few days I had left on his truck. So the first thing I bought was my truck GPS. When I was on his truck, he didn't want me to follow his truck GPS. He wanted me to follow the actual tablet. And I was noticing the time difference between them two. And I'm like, why he won't follow the truck GPS? Because it's quicker. And I'm like, okay, Dilly Noda, when I get on my truck, we're going to be flowing a whole different way. You know what I'm saying? So you want to invest in a truck GPS, because sometimes your actual job tablet, that it might go out and you lose signal. So at least you have some other type of navigation system that will actually help you stay on route and will keep you on a safe, truck-friendly path, so you won't get lost. I also don't have to trip plan before I start my shift. I can actually trip plan as I go, because my Garmin actually, I can voice command it to find any truck stop along my route, rest area, wherever I'm trying to go along my route. I could just navigate as I'm driving. You know what I'm saying? So it's not a big issue for me. So those are the 4 things that I wish I would have known in the beginning of my career. Third question that this person asked was, what are the biggest pros and cons of being a lady trucker? I think any female truck driver that is watching this video can relate to this question right here, and we probably will have the same similar answers. The pros that I like about being a female truck driver is because I love being a woman. I love the skin that I'm in. And I love to prove a man wrong when they say this is a man's field. This is a man's job. And we women out here doing it. You hear me? And we doing it well. We're organized. We clean. We come prepared and we ready. And we take our time doing stuff. We don't rush. Our trucks is clean. We doing it well and smoothly. And we look beautiful as we're doing it. Another thing of being the pros of trucking, and God forgive me for saying this, but you do come across some gentlemen. Like, you do come across real gentlemen that are very genuine and respectful. I had some that was like, sweetheart, they'll actually help you back. Or if they see you in a trouble situation, they'll come and help you. I had one where I couldn't slide my tandem for some reason. It would not unlock. This man parked off to the side and literally sat there with me for 30 minutes trying to help me with them tandems. They would not. It was rusty. So he was hammering it and everything trying to help me. I had one that was sweet. He actually taught me how to drive in the snow. Like, I was stuck in a snowstorm in Lincoln, Nebraska last year, and I would never forget that. While we were stuck, he was telling me a phrase that I will never forget. Too much white, park for the night. Which means if it's too much snow on the road and you cannot see them lines on the road, you need to get your behind off that road and park somewhere and shut it down. He taught me a lot, like a lot. So that's the pros of being a female truck driver. Like, there's not a person that in this trucker field that will not help you, especially if you need help and guidance in something and being new. The cons of being a lady trucker. Though I said there are some genuine people out here, you got some that are just strictly, God forgive me for cussing, assholes. Strictly assholes. I hate being on the road. Let's say it's a 3-lane highway I'm in the far right lane. I'm coming up fast behind a 18-wheeler. I notice his speed is 62 and I'm doing 68. So I merge over into the left lane, which is the middle lane, to go around. He's right here. I'm right here, slowly passing. Soon as our trucks meet like this, he looks over. I look over. He might throw a little hand up or he might give me a mean mud look. But majority of the time now lately, I've just been getting stares like, oh, that's a female. Some of them wave, some of them throw their hand up, some of them just sit there just next to your truck and won't speed up or slow down so you get back over. And I'd be like, I can't hog the left lane. Like, but anyway, our truck doors meet, right? I'm slowly going past. By the time he's in the middle of my trailer, he wants to choose to speed up. And as he's speeding up, he look over like, bitch. And I'd be like, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I'd be mad as hell. Because I'd be like, so why was you driving slow in the first place? Like, oh, because I'm a female. So you just feel almighty like, I just can't let this female truck driver pass me. I feel some type of way. Baby, let me tell you, this is not a race. It don't matter if you beside me, behind me, in front of me, faster than me, slower than me. I'm still getting paid the same cents per mile, and I'm still going to get to my destination. I don't care. But I'm not going to drive behind you doing 62 miles per hour when I know my truck can do down there 70. I'm sorry, I can't do it. Another thing about being a con, it's just like, I don't know what it is, but it's like some truck drivers can be straight freaking assholes, yo. Like, when I say assholes, like, there are cons being a female truck driver. You get harassed at the truck stops. That's why I start my day early. Normally, like, I'm driving 12 midnight tonight. So I'll be shutting down, I want to say like 10 o'clock in the morning. I'll be shutting down around that time. So that's bright and early. I ain't going to really worry about nobody. I could take my little shower again, give me something to eat, and lay it down. You know what I'm saying? But I try to get my day out the way early so I don't have to be seen. Because I don't like to be seen. That's me personally. Like, I have been followed to my truck before. I have been harassed. I had a truck driver just 3 weeks ago, literally, like, I ain't even gonna say it on this video, but just say exposed himself. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, literally hogged up the middle lane, driving next to my truck. He would slow down, get back behind my truck to let the cars by, get back over in the middle lane, drove up next to my truck, and I look over and he exposing himself. Like, so ladies, protect yourself out here. Put yourself on a safe, set schedule where you don't have to worry about being harassed or being followed or sexual harassment, whatever. Because I'm telling you, this is a fun field, but it can be dangerous. It can be very, very dangerous. And I done heard stories even before my trucking career of women found dead in her truck. You know what I'm saying? Another woman is currently missing. A woman thought her tire bust and she put on the side of the road to go check, and she got killed on the side of the road at nighttime. Like, it's a lot of stuff going on out here, so you have to protect yourself. I have a flashlight taser. I just bought me a new one. Matter of fact, I bought this from my favorite place to go, Petro, in Kenly, North Carolina. So it's a flashlight, and yeah, it's a flashlight and it's a taser at the same time. So I mean, I protect myself out here. The only reason I don't like this one, I got rid of the big one I had, because all I had to do is, it had an on and off switch. I just turn it on and I could flash blind you with the flashlight and tase you at the same time. This one, you got to switch from flashlight to taser. And so I'm like, what if I'm in a dangerous situation, I got to move fast, and I got nails? Come on now, I got to do all that? So it's okay, I got it because it's pink, you know. It's pretty. So I deals with it. But yeah, and my hammer stays inside my door. I don't play that. I got a hammer. I got a knife right under my rug next to my driver's seat on this side, and my hammer is in my door on my driver's side. Like, I don't play no games. I don't. The only reason I won't carry a, you know what, let's just say little baby on the truck with me, because I ain't gonna lie, I got a bad temper. And so I don't want to get myself in trouble, so I choose not to carry that. But yeah, it's some pros and cons with this. I mean, you can have fun, you get to see different parts of the world, you get to meet different people. There are some genuine, kind people out here, and then you got some that just strictly assholes. Like, you know, so just this, you got to have some tough skin to be in this field. I ain't gonna lie, it can be stressful, but it can be fun as well. It's what you make it, you feel me? And you know, I just don't let those type of people bother me, because I noticed in the beginning of my career, I used to say to myself, like, I noticed some truckers just be miserable, like they just be looking like they ain't getting laid or something, like something's wrong with them. But I understand, like, you trying to get where you going or whatever, but golly, but it is what it is. But I just wanted to start a video to answer those questions. You know, just let you guys know I'm still out here trucking. If y'all have any other topics y'all want to talk about, or any more questions you guys want to ask, feel free. I'm always responsive. Like, soon as I, you know, get the time, I always check my comments and respond back to people as soon as I can. I try not to leave nobody on red. I'm not that type of person. I'm very easygoing. But yeah, I just try to keep it in the lane out here and stay safe and just stay busy. Like I said, I have goals I want to accomplish, and I'm just trying to work towards them. Eventually, one of those goals is getting my own truck. That is the next step. But oh my God, and it's gonna be pink. You know, I wanted to name my company. I was just praying, and I got this notebook that I've been writing in, and now I gotta start all over, y'all. I've been writing in this notebook. This is my plan book right here, right? And I wrote down that I wanted my company to be named Pink Panther. And I seen a company already out here, trucking company, Pink Panther. And I was like, well, that's out of the equation. And I'm like, golly. And I'm gonna see, y'all, cause that I always been infatuated with Pink Panther. I always been infatuated with Pink Panther, and I seen that company today for the very first time. I never seen it before, and I don't need this anymore. I delivered that this morning. And I was like, golly, because times like this, I normally set plans and goals and try to really get my stuff in order, because I'm looking by next year, I'm looking to lease my truck, y'all. I'm looking to lease my truck. I might still stick with Werner, but just be in my own truck. I'm not sure yet. I mean, Werner's been good to me. There's pros and cons with Werner, but I haven't had a problem with Werner. I just let them know what it is. And for future drivers, don't let these companies walk all over you, because at the end of the day, you are a golden ticket to any company. As long as them CDLs is good, your driver record is good, you could pass a drug test, you good to go. You good to go. Any company will take you. Any company will take you. Don't let these companies shit you out your mouth and all this other bull crap and tell you gotta do this and that, because at the end of the day, they ain't turning that key to that truck. You are. Trust me, because I don't sugarcoat nothing with this company at all. I do 3,000 miles a week. Give me my miles. Don't play with me. So, but anyway, I'm about to get up out of this truck and go get me something to eat, because I'm hungry again. And I got to get ready to lay it down, you guys. But it was nice chit-chatting with you guys. I just didn't want to forget to do this video, because I did say Thursday or Friday, and I was like, you know what, since I shut down early today and it's still daylight, why not get it over with? So I will see you guys next time in the next video. Y'all be safe. Blessings and prosperity to every single one of you guys. I love you guys. Thank you for being so supportive and communicating with me. And thank you for the skin tips, y'all. The only thing I don't like about the sunscreen is it makes my face kind of like oily. Like, I don't like my face oily. Like, I don't like it, but I'm not gonna lie, it works. It's working. I don't know if I ever get my skin tone back. I mean, it's not as, it's like it's getting a little bit lighter. Yeah, it's trying to. It's trying to. Oh my God, y'all. Like, that is, it's because the sun, if you see, it's like right here. But like, oh my God. So I tried the sunscreen, the Neutrogena. I used to use that in my primes, like my younger days. Like, I want to say early teens, early 20s. And I stopped using it, and I started using some other stuff. But I love stuff that makes your skin feel like it's breathing, like that Sulfur 8 type of feeling, because I feel like it really gets into the pores. But I've been putting the sunscreen on my face. The shea butter, I did try that, and I felt like I was cooking. Like that shit, like as soon as I get hot, it's like it's coming back on the surface of my skin. It was just like so oily. I was like, I don't like my skin feeling so oily, because then I feel dirty. I feel like you built up dirt on your skin like that. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. Like, I don't like that. But my face, I already have oily skin as it is, and I just felt like that sunscreen was making it worse. But since I've been using one of these, it was two ladies. I forgot one person's name, but they gave some little tips with the sunscreen and certain oils, whatever. I went and got it, and I'm not gonna lie, I haven't had any bumps on my face since then. And then I put the sunscreen on my face, and I'm just like, I couldn't do the sunscreen on my face. I couldn't do it. It was just too crazy. But thank you guys. I love you guys, and I will see y'all next time. Okay, bye.